Have you heard of Fun with Mama's kids play trays? If not, you definitely need to check them out. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to create play trays using items you might already have at home. These activities are fun for kids, they're great boredom busters, and they're great for all ages. You can work on fine motor skills, color recognition. There's so many different activities that you can do, and it can be adaptable to what your current space is at home. You can incorporate art, you can incorporate learning, you can use their toys, you can do science experiments. So let's get started. Let me show you how to create yours today. So first, to create play trays, you're just gonna need some trays. You can buy these anywhere. So use what you have at home. That's what I always, that's the main thing. Use what you have at home. Think about what you have. These play trays over here are from Lakeshore Learning. I love them. They have been so useful. I've used them since my oldest was 3 years old. I did end up buying a new set when I moved over from South Africa, which was like 3-4 years ago. So they are amazing, and they're in nice colors. These trays are from IKEA. I like that they're see-through so that it doesn't detract from the activity, and they clean really easily. So you just wipe it down. So we do a lot of art in here. My first suggestion whenever you are creating your play trays is to use what you have at home. So I always start with walking through my toy room, and then I look through the art cart. So if you haven't seen the art cart, there is a great picture on the feed, but that's where I start. So I'll look for art materials that my daughter hasn't used for a while, or something that I want her to try. I might just put like 3 different art materials together, like maybe like markers with something else, and then see how she combines them and creates her own thing. So it's called an invitation to create. So I might just use construction paper with scissors and a glue stick, and then I might add sequins and then see what she does with it. So there's no guidance in it. I always go to the playroom, and I look through toys that she hasn't seen, hasn't used. I rotate my toys, so you'll never see everything out at once because my kids get bored of toys like that. So Zingo 1, 2, 3, we haven't really played with it because when I got it, I purchased it a while back and she was too young for it. So great way to work on numbers. So all I'm gonna do is put it on the tray. I'm gonna basically empty it out. If I can find I should have done this before. But anyway, I would actually take it out from here and place it onto the tray so that it looks more inviting to her and she'd want to use it more rather than just seeing it on the box. So I'll do that, and then I'll post a picture on my feed because I'm going to have to wrestle it. Another thing that I want to use this week is Rush Hour Junior. I love this game. I've had it since my son was a little one, so since he was maybe 4 years old. And it is so amazing. It's like a strategy game, but it works on visual perception. And I'm just going to show you some cards. I really, really like it. So it goes through different levels. It's not organized right now because my little one had time to go through. But here's an example of a beginner one. So what your child would do is she would take the game piece, like the game board, and then the first thing she would do is place the cards in the correct spot. It looks easy, but it's not as easy as you would think. So they have to count squares on the activity to see, which is the right spot. And the point of the game is to move the other vehicles away so that the ice cream truck can move past. So it's a really great strategy game. I love it. I've tried playing with it too. I go to the more advanced cards, but it's really fun. So great for adults, great for kids. It's called Rush Hour Junior. It's by Think Toddler. So that will go in a tray. And as you know, I am a printable creator. So I have a lot of printables on my blog. So I always want to, create things that my daughter can use and other children. A lot of my blog stuff is free. So things that other kids might want to use. So my daughter is always like my test subject. So this is something new that I created. It's blank monsters. So what I would do here is I would just put the monster page on the tray, and then I thought it would be fun to give her googly eyes. I have a lot of googly eyes at home, but I have this as well, which we've never actually used. So imagine using these really cool eye stickers on the sheet. So I'm excited to see, what she's gonna do with it. And what I would do is I would just add crayons. So I'll add this, and then I'll add some crayons into it, and I'm excited to see what she does with it. So this would be one tray. Let's see what she does with the monster. So it's a creative activity. Next activity is going to be, I don't know where what I did with my marbles, but I have the marbles on the table. Basically, use a Ferrero container. I'm sure you have these at home. My husband and I are addicted to Ferreros. Take out what's inside, or you can leave the bottom piece in. So add a piece of paper to the bottom, and this is going to go on a tray. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a marble, and I'm going to put 2 marbles on here. I highly suggest if you have a young child who's putting things in their mouth, please do not use marbles, because marbles are a choking hazard. So this is something that you need to use when you're washing your child, obviously, and with an older preschooler up to elementary student. I always try to have everything on hand and everything ready so that the trays, I do the work once and then I use it afterwards. So like if I'm using this activity just say on Wednesday, I want to be able to just, it's just drop down onto her table and go. So I add the paint to the side. Obviously the paint would dry up if I put it down together, but I just put it onto the tray so that when I do actually plan to give it to her on Wednesday, I'll just squirt onto the paper, and what she'll do, the marbles on the table over there, what she'll do is she'll paint. So she'll use a marble and do some marble painting. I love to incorporate art into the trays because my daughter really enjoys that. So that's tray number, we are already on tray number 1, 2, 3, 4. We've already created 4 trays. So the next tray is, I want her to play with Play-Doh. Play-Doh is great for those fine motor skills, strengthening their hands. It's a great sensory activity. So again, I looked in my toy room, and this is what I found in my toy room. These really cool Play-Doh cards from Lakeshore Learning. If I don't take it out for her, she's not going to use it. But now if I put it on a tray, she's going to use it. So I choose maybe 3 cards, and this is the kind of tray that you can use over multiple days. You don't have to do 1 tray a day. You can, if your daughter decides that she loves the tray that you created yesterday, leave the tray out, use it for the next few days. So I'm going to go with, I think it's a flower. So she's going to do a flower, and this monkey bananas, and another thing that I think would be fun is gumballs. She could use multiple colors, and it would create a pretty cool design. So then what do I need? What is left for a Play-Doh tray? Play-Doh. So I have a Play-Doh box here, which we use throughout the year or month, and I just choose colors that I think she would probably want to use. I include a variety because I'm not sure if you know, but if you mix 2 Play-Doh colors together, you get a different color. So if you mix like red and green, you'll get a secondary color. So thinking forward and knowing she's a girl and her personality, I'm gonna go with maybe a pink, blue because it's nice and bright, and maybe green. So I'd give her 3 colors. And if I wanted to have her do color mixing, then I would choose your primary colors and have her mix to make secondary colors. So that one is done. I also like to add in Play-Doh tools, which I didn't think to bring before I put this video together. But I have a lot of Play-Doh tools. I have Play-Doh scissors that is in the art cart behind you. So I'm just going to reach over, and I can add these scissors in so that she feels like she's creating more. It's not sharp, so you're not going to get cut with this. I just got this on Amazon. If you need particular links, just let me know. And that is tray number 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5. So can you see, we pretty much created our trays pretty quick. And the other thing is, how I think of my trays is throughout the week, if I have an idea like, oh, this would be really cool for a tray, I just put it on my phone in the notes section, and I know to go through, and when I'm ready to do my trays, I look through my notes, and most of the time I already have the 5 that I need. If you remember from last week, I don't want it to fall. If you remember from last week, this was the play tray that I had. we didn't get to it. And that's okay, because it's supposed to be low stress. These are like boredom busters, like quick fix activities when you're busy, you need to cook, and your daughter or son needs something to do. And some of them are inviting, and some of them aren't going to be inviting. Some of them might be more to your personality versus your child. So just watch what your child does and, you know, plan accordingly. So for this tray, what the point of it is there are number cards. So I've got like 5, and I've got 8, I've got 12. So we're working on higher numbers. So I'm working on her recognizing these numbers. I'm also working on this pincer grip, and she takes the rainbows and she's supposed to put it in. She can try it. If she likes it, cool. And if she doesn't, then we just won't do it like in the next few weeks. So there is our other tray. So if you don't finish it last week, put it in for this week. Now you have one less tray to make. So that's our trays for the week. And somebody had previously asked me, what do we do when we're done with the trays? So either you just pile it up and leave it for Saturday or Sunday when you're going to put everything back, or you can do it daily, whatever is easier for you and your lifestyle. So now I have time, like 2 minutes, for any questions that you might have. So are there any questions? I can help, and if you don't have a question right now and you have one in a few days, then you can always send me a message. Where do you buy your trays? The colorful trays are from Lakeshore Learning, really great quality, we love them. And the clear trays are from IKEA. So I think the IKEA trays are also pretty cheap, and you'll use it for a lot of things. But I mean, use what you have at home. If you have trays, then use the trays that you have at home. Don't make it harder on yourself. You don't need to have a ton of space at home to do it. Use what you have. Next one, Lakeshore Learning. Is there a store in Orlando, New York, or DC? Do you know that Lakeshore Learning does have stores, but they also have a really cool online store. So you can go online and check it. You can order it online. Would like trays for more 2 to 3 year old activities. This is the problem with 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Everybody's different. Every child is different. Everybody's skills are different. So I can go ahead and link to more activities. But again, it's also on you to see, okay, what is your child interested in right now? What are their skills like? Because what my older son was capable at, 2 to 3 is different from what my middle child was capable of and my third child. So when I look back and I look at my middle child's activities, I'm like, whoa, she was doing some really hard things. But, she loves learning. And I think that play trays are a great way to get your child to love learning because they're playing with things. It's like toys, so they're learning through play. It's exciting for them. And my daughter really looks forward to the trays that I have for her each day. Sometimes our days are busy, and I don't stress about it. If I don't get to a tray, it's okay. We'll use it on Saturday, or we'll use it the next day. And if we don't get to it on Saturday, then we do it the next week. So try to do it, as less stressful as you can for yourself. Any other questions? I'm meeting my mom and brother for lunch, and they're waiting for me. But I definitely want to answer your questions and make it as easy for you so that play trays are more accessible to you and you don't have to stress about it. And I would love it if you guys join, because we do have a group on Facebook who are, putting trays together, and it's fun to see everybody else's ideas. Everyone has such cool ideas, and I love especially the sensory ones, because sensory trays are actually like my daughter's favorite. So I know that if I create a sensory tray, that tray needs to go up on Monday, so I give it to her on Monday, and then she will actually use the same tray all throughout the week. It's so cool. So those are like your rice activities and, whatever they can play with their hands or smell. So I hope you like this, and if you want me to do another one next week, like when I do our next week's trays, then just let me know, okay? Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. I wanted to show you our play trays for the week. So I like to incorporate art, so this was really easy. All I had to do was print out some pages from the Halloween pack, and I'm gonna basically give her one a day, or if she finishes that one too quickly, I'll just give her the next one. I never put water in there until I know that she's gonna be using it, because then the water just spills everywhere. I also include a paper towel and watercolors. Sometimes I give her just 8, and sometimes I give her more. This is a tweezer activity, so all she would need to do is transfer from here to here. I got these erasers at Target. This is an early math activity, so basically just learning the number and putting the right color in the right spot, so it's also visual perception. This is a water pouring transfer activity.
So as you can see, she saw this one and so she went and poured water. But the reason I do it in a tray is, as you can see, it keeps spills from going anywhere else. So she would just transfer the water from there to there. And then this is just one of her puzzles that she hasn't used in a while, so I wanted to give her a little bit more confidence with her puzzles. And then here are this is a Lego Duplo activity. So I created patterns there and I want her to finish the pattern. And I know that that's gonna finish pretty fast, so I want to allow her to use it longer. So I added extra Duplos for her to build things.